Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's Challenge Runs in the Binding of Isaac. I got a very interesting one for you today. It's called I'm War. Very simple. Or just war, I guess, if you want to be a little bit more, brevitus. Brevitus? What is the conjugation of brevity there? I have no idea. Anyway, this is neither here nor there. This was suggested by MNHZT. So our items. Weirdly enough, you can't see it, but we do have the pony, as you can see in our spacebar slot. And that is how we are flying. I don't know why it doesn't give us the pony, for whatever reason, but whatever, we'll deal with it. We also have infinite item power, so we can basically use the pony's active ability whenever we want to. Now, we also have SMB Superfan, and the other thing that we're going to get is every single time we enter a room, we're going to get Pyro. So we're basically role-playing as War here, but the catch to this run is that I can only use bombs or the pony's active effect to actually do damage. I cannot actually use tears to do any damage. So basically what we're doing is role-playing as War, essentially. So I'm definitely going to be picking up trinkets. But item rooms are impossible, I believe. Or, let's put it this way, there were no real conditions suggested for this run. I think item rooms and shops should be allowed, but only if they contain an item that alters our bombs, basically. So if they contain like a homing bomb or something like that, then that's okay. But if they contain anything else, then I don't think that's okay. I'm interested to see how this run works out. On the outset, it feels pretty powerful. The question is whether or not it's actually going to be able to work for the later bosses in the game in particular. So I do have a little bit of extra health than normal as a result of SMB Superfan. I guess anything that War would use, I should be able to take. So even something like Poison Touch kind of fits with the War aesthetic because we'll take the speed upgrade as well. You know, why not? That's actually gonna, or why would we do that? It's actually possibly gonna hurt me. Like Poison Touch allows us to run into enemies, which is exactly what, you know, War does in a lot of situations. But for now, we're basically, it was very hard for me to get used to not being able to use tears there. There we go. So far, I'm really enjoying, we're kind of like, we are, no John, you are the Brimstone here. We're just immediately like thrusting ourselves at enemies. I have no idea if this strategy is going to prove effective in the long term, but for now, certainly making things easy enough as we are basically clearing out every single room just by smashing our body into things as fast as possible. Remember that when we do this, we also have a brief period of invincibility, so I think it's totally possible that we could beat some of those later bosses just by giving ourselves invincibility at the right time. And so far, I haven't even really felt the need to use bombs. That might change at some point, though. I mean, eventually there will probably be some enemies in the game that can't simply be run into once to be killed. Who knows, though? I think this might be... It's kind of surprising, because when I looked at this run for the first time, I was like, man, that seems like a fairly difficult run for me. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make that one work. Now that I'm actually playing it, I'm like, I think we're going to be able to make some good stuff happen here. Obviously, I will not be taking either of these items here. Wow, this is easy so far. We do get a deal with the devil. Obviously, we cannot take Little Steven. Our deal with the devil gives us the nail and 9 lives, neither of which are really in the aesthetic or in the spirit of the challenge, I would say, for a War run. But anyway, let's continue downwards. Who knows, maybe these bombs will come in handy at some point, but for now, basically just trucking along with my pony ability. Now, if the pony was like... This would probably make it super overpowered, but if the pony was like the candle in the sense where it got like extra charges within a room. We should put some bombs down here now just for speeding things up a little bit. Yeah, so if you could like use the pony multiple times per room, that would be fucking fantastic. That would make it one of the best spacebar items in the game for sure, as opposed to a spacebar item that I like and everyone else seems to hate. There we go, we finally got this guy killed. This room is proven to be perhaps the most difficult one that we've dealt with so far, but still no serious problems there. By the way, I should move my keyboard over. I'll do that after we finish this room. Sorry, I always forget that I like to move the keyboard off so it stops making that weird bassy noise in the video. Anyway, that should be much, much better here. See what we got inside of here? Why not? I mean, 2 extra spirit arts is actually a pretty huge haul given the circumstances here. And I actually think, whereas before I said earlier maybe we should be going to item rooms, that was totally baseless because we are already so extremely overpowered just by way of the pony's active effect, which I've never really given enough credit before, I think. I really thought that was the final wave of this room, but that's okay. I cannot stress that A, this is super easy so far, but B, also incredibly satisfying. I wonder if you could roleplay as the other Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Like, Famine, you could take like the pony, maybe not, maybe the catch is like, in the future, don't use unlimited item power on the pony spacebar item. But, okay, anyway, Famine, you could use triple shots. What else does he spawn? Grandfather flies, so, like, Infestation or Guppy's Head. And what else could you use for that? I can't really think of it right now, because my brain's doing all these permutations, trying to figure out how to dodge here. You can do Pestilence with, like, Ipecac and Little Chub, I guess. And who's next? Death? Death, you'd obviously have to take, like, maybe a flying item that's passive, as well as the Hourglass, which would not be that great for anybody involved. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. Obviously, Conquest could be, like, White Pony. Well, we're gonna be fighting Pestilence, weirdly enough. I'm expecting that this is gonna be a fairly easy fight here. But we are just going to run into him, basically, as often as we possibly can. There's no risk to us from a creep perspective, of course, as we can just run back and forth here. I think it would be theoretically possible to do like a themed run with all the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I don't think I should be able to take any items unless they relate to war. I know we've talked about this earlier. However, I'm just stressing it again for my own personal sake, so I don't just pick up a bunch of HP upgrades, which I think would grossly imbalance this in the direction of my favor as opposed to the game's favor. Not that I prefer it being in the game's favor. I certainly prefer the direction of favor being in mine, but oh well. We're gonna try to keep things as balanced as possible here. Make it interesting, you know? That was awful. For me, it's the first damage you've taken in a little while. It's no fun to just speed past every single floor knowing you're gonna beat the entire game. I like to add a little bit of suspense to it, you know? Now, if I could just line these guys up appropriately, that actually worked out totally fine. Don't need to fuck around with those neutral flies, which is much better for me. Why are red chests even good? Like, why... That was also pretty bad. Why do people think that red chests are such an effective, like, bonus to get via the left hand? Sometimes they can give you items. Very, very rarely do they give you anything but spiders and bombs, though. At least in my game. I'm not sure. I guess it's just anecdotal. Like, if other people have statistical evidence, I'd love to see it. But, man, I am not a fan. So far, at least. Alright, so we're just gonna tear through these guys. This is an easy boss. No question about that. And that was an easy way to deal with him, too, so obviously we can't take that. None of these really apply to war, either. We're gonna leave that HP upgrade there and move onwards. I would love to get, like, homing bombs or poison bombs or something like that. And it's weird to me that they haven't shown up yet, considering those are usually some of the most common items in the game. Are these guys actually, like, unhittable with this? I think they are. So we'll just put some bombs around. Well, that was bad damage for me, for sure. I cannot hit these guys. Maybe this is the great equalizer. Human popcorn finally having its day in the sun. Even if I line them up straight, I can't hit them. Well, fuck you guys. We're just gonna get out of here. I don't want to lose any more spirit arts on an unwinnable room. That's frightening to me that human popcorn is gonna be the most painful ones for us to kill. I'm not gonna take that pill, at least not yet. Would war take that pill? I don't think so. Oh, come on. Human popcorns again? You gotta be fucking kidding me. There. Oh, how am I getting hit so much now? I can't fight. There's no way for me to fight these guys. I'm just gonna leave. I have to. There's basically nothing I can do. Oh, man. Okay. Lust should be easy. Lust be a lady tonight. Well, I hope so, for my sake. And there's Poison Touch. I mentioned before, I think Poison Touch is okay to take. Can we now hurt these guys with Poison Touch? No, we cannot. So we'll just bomb our way out of here. Oh, actually, I need to go downwards. That's okay, though. Seriously, I cannot fight these guys. They're like... amazingly, and did not expect it at all. They're like the hardest enemies I could possibly deal with at this point. Anyway, Poison Touch is going to be great with the pony's active effect, too, of course. Because it is going to poison enemies when we run into them, which I guess is kind of outside of Greed's abilities, but you recognize, or sorry, not Greed, War's abilities. But certainly you recognize what I was thinking. You know when War goes through that transformation towards the end of the fight and he starts running into you to do damage? That's what I was thinking of there. You know, so it's a little bit of a weird tangent, but I feel okay in picking it up. Obviously War doesn't poison you, but I was kind of at a loss for other items that I could approximate that effect with. Anyway, in any case, Poison Touch is not going to be a deal maker or breaker here, regardless. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have picked that up. That was just total force of habit, though. And these... Oh, I shot some tears. Apologies. We're just gonna bomb our way out of here because I think those hearts... Unfortunately, I suffer from the same condition against those hearts where just running into them is not good enough for me to be able to actually do damage to them, unfortunately. So we're gonna drop a bomb in here. I mean, I could probably kill these guys slowly but surely by dropping some bombs in. But why not just leave? Although I guess I do need some red hearts, so it might not be a bad idea to go through that. But hopefully we do not fight like Mask of Infamy or something that makes things incredibly difficult for me. Oh, really? That didn't... Okay, well, I'm just trying to take these guys out nub style. Reason being that TNT will not explode when I get close to it, which is maybe a good protectionary thing, but weirded me out a little bit there because I thought it was going to work for sure. Alright, that was awful damage against these spiders. What is wrong with me here? Let's continue onwards. We only have 2 hearts. Maybe this run is going to end sooner than I thought. That would be really disappointing considering like all the strengths I have going for me right now. What do we have in the necropolis? We got Mom and another boss, whatever that is. So I think we should go through here. Hopefully we end up fighting a fairly easy boss. That was a total accident, but whoa. Greatest exploit in history. Is this within the spirit of the challenge? I don't think so, but all we're getting out of this right now is money anyway. There you go. So there's new Binding of Isaac knowledge for you. If only I had a D20 right now. You can use the pony's active effect at least once to glitch the blood banks and basically just play them constantly. Can you just give me a blood bag? I don't want the blood bag for the health. I just want full health. Maybe it won't. That's the catch. It won't pay out. It'll only give you money if you glitch the system in this awful, awful way. I kind of want to see how long this will go on for now. And this is actually good, weird kind of information to come across. Because it does mean that if I ever get the pony in like a real Isaac run, if I ever go back to those, that I will be able to use it in a similar fashion as to here. I always like the strange pattern that results when the money comes out of the blood bank. Like it creates this weird little like circle with a dot in the middle. And we've seen this happen before in other runs where I've had like IV bag, Nun's Habit, Yum Hard D6 or something. Or D20 I should say. Anyway. This is getting fucking crazy. It's an easy way for us to get to 99 cents, I guess. Easier way would just be to open the cheat engine. So we can we're up to 80. Oh, and then I just walked it. Okay, that's comeuppance right there. That's my bad. For glitching the game. Why are we fighting Mom? Did we... Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I can't believe it. Just don't die on this boss fight, you dongle hole. Okay. So far, so good. It's going okay. I'm worried that I'm gonna die in the explosion, if not before that, of course. No! Well, the war run ended up failing me here, but at least we got all the way to Mom. That is a kind of short run for today. I'm amazed at how quickly things went off the rails there. You know what killed me on this fucking run? Human popcorn, man. Human popcorn and I guess the hearts to a certain extent, and then possibly also me being a total dumbass and playing that blood bank for real for once. But anyway, that was a fun run, if a short run. Thank you to MNHZT for the suggestion. I think that's a run that could possibly beat Isaac and Blue Baby, especially now that I know what kind of enemies we're getting into here. You know what? As a result of that, yeah, I was just going to end the video here. I am going to end the video here. I was thinking we could restart it, but setting it up via cheat engine again is going to take more time than it's worth, maybe. So I'll just get another run or two recorded today. But again, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Keep the suggestion runs coming, obviously. I look at the ones, especially in the top comments, and do the ones that I deem most fitting. Again, for the 30th time, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.